guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a shaping tutorial. So I'm just prepping up my practice hand. So all you're going to need are some scissors and a nail file of your choice. You can do 180, 100, 100, 100, 80, 80, whatever you want. So the first shape that we're going to do is a square. So the goal of the square is to have the nail bed, like your natural nail bed, and the nail tip to be completely parallel. So I'm just going into the sides and going from the nail bed down all the way down the free edge and going back and forth, up and down. And when you're doing this, you want to keep it completely 90-degree, like perpendicular to the nail tip. And you don't want to ever go under the nail tip using your file, because that will round out the shape and make it look less defined. You never want to do that with square or coffin. Then after that, you want to sharpen out the free edge. The square shape is pretty straightforward. It's pretty self-explanatory. But the main thing that held me back when I was first starting to shape was going under the nail. I used to go under the nail all the time and my shape looked horrible. So you want to keep it completely straight with your hand file. So this is how the square shape turned out. So now we are going to move on to our next shape. So the next shape that we're going to be doing is some almond. So this is how you want to cut it. And if you're just beginning, you can use a marker or a pen to, trace out where you want to cut. So after you've cut that, now you're just going back and forth, and you can go under. I know before I said never go under when you're doing square or coffin, but when it comes to almond and stiletto, you can go under sometimes because there's some residual, tip after you cut it. So you just want to go under a couple times just to make sure you remove that. So now I'm just going around the edge and just rounding it out. Also, if you want like the very tip to be a little bit skinnier, just file the tip. Do not take your file all the way to the nail bed, if that makes sense. So here is the going under that I was talking about. So yeah, going under is okay with stiletto and almond. So this is how the almond came out. So now let's move on to our next shape. So for this next shape, we're going to be doing stiletto. So when cutting the nail tip for stiletto, you kind of want to follow the same outline that I showed you guys before, but you do want to get a little bit skinnier. The skinnier the better. Leave less space than the last time. So it's basically really self-explanatory. You're going up and down from the nail bed to the free edge. But if you want the tip to be really, really sharp, you're not going to go all the way from the free edge. Oh dang, it just came off. yeah, you're not going to go all the way from the free edge. You're just going to file the tip, if that makes sense. And I'm going to show you how and when I do that. So just about now, this is where I am filing just the tip to make it a little bit sharper. Okay. And that's the comparison between the almond and the stiletto. So now let's move on to our next shape. And this shape was like the hardest for me to really get the hang of, and this is Coffin. So it's basically a mixture between stiletto and square. So you just kind of want to mix the same two concepts together just to get the perfect shape. But for the Coffin, just out of like for myself and my own precaution, because I know that I constantly overcut when it comes to Coffin, I cut only the tiniest bit. So now I'm just going side to side, and like I said previously, you do not want to go under because it will round out the shape. And whenever you want to do this technique right here, I see a lot of nail techs do this technique. I really don't do it that often, but the like back and forth thing, you want to support the nail tip because it really hurts when you do that without supporting it. Another tip that I have is when you're doing short nails or shorter nails, you do not want to, do the Coffin too skinny because it will make your nails look pretty weird in my opinion. And also, if you have a wide nail bed, if you want to go Coffin, that's completely fine, but you should go longer because it will look more flattering to your nail shape. And it's something that I constantly have to do because, as you guys seen from the videos, I have wide nail beds as well. So the nail tip kind of not broke off, but came off, so I had to redo it. So I'm doing the same process. I'm cutting off the sides just a tad, and then I'm going in with my hand file and going back and forth and staying completely parallel, or maybe perpendicular. I don't know. It depends on how you see it yourself. So here are all the shapes side by side. I also made a video on how I e-file, so check that out as well. And because I know that I never film it in all my other videos, and I just wanted to show you how I do it. So these are all the shapes: square, coffin, stiletto, and almond. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.